Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 4 of Revell's Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. Having fun, we're moving along very well right now. As you can see, I got color on the car and zero drama. So let me move the guys out of the way here and we'll talk about what's going on. So first thing, I wanted to remind everybody that the top is just straight X32 titanium silver. This car had a stainless steel top, and I didn't want to go chrome silver and I didn't want to go flat aluminum, so the titanium silver was an obvious choice, and I'm really glad I did because that's the perfect color. So let me get the top out of the way here. I didn't do anything with the underside yet. I'm going to move the glass out of the way. I'm going to move the car out of the way for a second here, and we'll talk about Mr. and Mrs. Eldorado just for a few minutes. Mrs. Eldorado is supporting a real old antique gold Deca Art American antique gold hairdo. I painted it with folk art tapioca first. Did not like it. It looked like she was 1,000 years old. So I went over it with this and gave her nice golden locks. And I'm telling you, I'm going to use that for now on. That came out really good. A great color. So her body is all the colors other than, well, no, we won't even say that. The flesh is X15 flat flesh. The dress is pretty well monotone dress. There's not a whole lot of anything to it. I decided to go with an old ship color that I've had sitting around forever, XF17 sea blue, and I like it. It looks kind of dark, almost like a black on here. And remember, this was over a base coat of the titanium silver. Everything got a base coat of titanium silver except for the car body, and that really came out pretty good. Her lips are just X red with just a little bit of the flesh in it to tone them down. I rosied her cheeks a little bit the same way, just kept adding more flesh to the red. Her eyes are Tamiya's X4 blue, just drop in a water bottle cap, and then I sharpened a toothpick and dipped it in there and dipped it in each eye. The hardest thing is to keep them from being cross-eyed or one eye going off one way or the other. But I think she came out pretty darn good. She will get a coat of Quick Shine, one coat, just to liven things up a little bit and get rid of this shiny doll, and then maybe we'll come over top of that with a gray wash to bring out the highlights. You know, I didn't do any highlighting at all right now. It's just straight on this. I want to get the Quick Shine on there first before I do that, but she's looking good. And for some reason my phone is getting blown up here. Mr. Eldorado is supporting a XF63 German gray tuxedo with the boutonniere the cummerbund and his bow tie are the sea blue to tie in with Mrs. Eldorado. The boutonniere is just straight red. The flesh is the flesh. Eyes, I did blue on the eyes also with him, just because that's a common color, and I didn't want to dig out brown and sharpen another toothpick. Straight up honest. The shoes are high gloss. He's got a good spit shine going on there. We used X1 gloss black on that. And then for his shirt and cuff, we went with the tapioca. And over top of the titanium silver, that tapioca, it took 2 coats, and it looks really good. Also, their eyes. Let me show you a picture I did beforehand. Right here, look at the eyes. That's the first thing I paint on everything. I just gob it on, and then I work the flesh into the eye. And then I put the dot in after all of that. So I'm going back and forth maybe twice, 3 times to get that the whites of the eyes and the flesh around it the right color. I did do his lips with a mix of the red. It's almost the same red as the rouge in her cheeks, because guys' lips aren't that ruby red, where she's supporting the what is it here? X7 red, and then he's just toned down. His boutonniere is X red, X7 red, and there they go. Once I get his hair is a gloss black. I had it out when I did his shoes, or else he would have gone gray. But there they are, really simple, good people to paint. I do need to put a little bit of flesh in here. I got carried away with the brush, but I need that gloss black to dry a little bit more. We're not going to put lamb chops on these guys. I want sideburns like that instead of all the way across. It's just, I sneezed while I was painting, to be honest with you. So there is them. The interior, I did a base coat of the titanium silver, and then the seats and the carpet got X14. Where is that? Believe it or not, that is sky blue on there, and that's over the black, over the titanium silver. The titanium silver I did very lightly on there, just to give it a base coat, and it was almost clear through. It shows a lot of the metal, but it darkened way up because it was on black. You know, the mold was black, so it darkened way up, which means when I put the sky blue on, that also darkened way up, and I think it looks really good. I did the cover for the dashboard. I did that with the same color I did with the body. So when they're together, I'll have contrast between the seats and the metal part of the dash. I think that'll look good. I carried that all the way down the dash, all the way across, and boy, I'll tell you what, that brought up to where I can see that I'm going to have a little bit of detail work in here. We got knobs here for the radio. We have 2 circles, or 4 circles for the turn signals. I even have a line molded in here for the speedometer, and we'll figure out something here, because there's no numbers in anything, but we'll do it where it looks good. These little pieces up top here are going to get green because those show the turn signals, I'm pretty sure. And then there's a little electric eye here that turns the high beams on and off. So this is going to look good together. It's going to look real good with those seats and the interior. Now I wanted to be a little darker with the steering wheel, so I left it black. Same with the steering column, I left it black. I'll come back in, I'll paint the chrome inside there, but I want that to be a little bit darker than that, but a little bit lighter. Well, a little bit lighter. I want this to be a little bit lighter than the steering wheel, and I want the steering wheel to be a little bit lighter than the seats, just to give it a little bit of scale contrast. So when you look in, because I'm not lighting this, this is actually going to be the first kit I've done in probably 3 years box stock. So, but the steering wheel's looking good. There was 0 flash on it, so now I'll be able to come in here and see what I can do to get that chromed out where it's supposed to be, and looking good. So there's the interior. Well, this part of the interior, I went with a different mix. I left this dark, and then I used the 1-to-1 mix that I used on the car, on the dash and on this, because I'm really, again, I'm trying to make a good color distinction between the two. And then once I get the chrome on there and everything and the seats in, I think that's going to really, really pop. So we're doing good. We're just moving right along here. I did do some videos here. The interior, I sprayed with Gallery's GHAC 98D with a 0.38 needle, and it sprayed beautifully, smooth, no problems. It did exactly what it was expected to do. Sprayed perfectly. Cleaned up like a dream. I'll throw a couple of, there's a shot here of me spraying. You can see that spray pattern coming out of that thing is just beautiful. So I am happy with it. The compressor did well. No problems whatsoever. Cleanup is a dream with this thing. It's super simple to pull apart, no tools at all. So if you're thinking about it, I wouldn't be shy. Now let's get this body over here. I love this color. Especially when you go with the darker that's going to go with it in the seats and everything. I think it's going to look really, really, really good. I wasn't sure if this was going to be painted the same color as the body. It's going to be close. It's going to be a little bit darker, but it's going to be close. And then I'm going to do these. I'll come back and I'll darken this up with sky blue. And then this is getting the chrome, and that's chrome. A little bit of chrome here. So the contrast is going to be really nice. These door handlers are way up in the air. It's like you're going to reach up to grab them. But this sprayed beautifully. Like I said, I love that color. This is just 1-to-1 X11, which is the chrome silver, mixed with X4, which is just regular Tamiya's base color blue. And it sure brought it up. Now I'm gonna have to do a bunch of coats of quick shine on this thing to bring it up to gloss, but it really laid down there nice. I even let it overspray underneath. I was told that these things were built and then sprayed, so I got the overspray underneath this way. I'll paint the gas tank and the exhaust now. I'll do this, you know, in the engine and everything, so they look like they were dropped in. But I'm glad that I was told that, because now we're looking good. But I love this color. And again, this one I used Gallery's GHAD 68 with a 0.5 needle. And man, that 0.5 needle really blows out the paint. But it painted it silky smooth. And that's the one with the trigger on it. And it was nice to handle while I was working with the body. It really handled well. So I did miss a couple of sink marks that I thought were all the way gone, but with everything that was going on with this kit, I'll take it. Not bad at all. So next thing I want to do here is I want to let this sit for a little while and harden. I'll get a clear coat on Mr. and Mrs. Eldorado to get them to where I can start doing a little bit of highlights on them. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same color and I'll add just a smidge of white to it, and then I'll highlight the high points on it, and that'll really make her dress stand out, especially the back with the bow. The tux is cutting. It's really good. Now, when I paint people, it's like I do some and then I do another color, then I come back to the first color, then I go back to the second color and back. And it's a back and forth thing just to get all those lines crisp, like where his tux jacket comes out past his shirt. You know, you get the shirt painted and sure enough you get it on the edge here, then you come back, you paint the tux, and you get a little on the shirt, and then you go back and you do that, and then eventually you get it to where you're working that line closer and closer and closer to where it's gone. And it's just like on his cuff. You know, you just got to work it back and forth until you're happy with what you got. But just remember, if you can see it, everybody else can too. And that's why I go back and forth. Oh, the other thing, don't forget eyebrows. I almost forgot eyebrows again on them, and I'm looking at them thinking, what is wrong with these guys? There no eyebrows. He's got some bushy eyebrows. I almost got a mustache too, but I left him clean shaven because he's probably going to a ball or something. Something to be dressed up like that. Mr. and Mrs. Skylark sure didn't get dressed up for their ride. But there we go. I will let you go. Everybody have a great Labor Day holiday. Stay safe. Enjoy the summer food while you can. Oh, I wanted to do this. Look at how cool this is going to look together. See, that's why I wanted to use the chrome silver instead of trying to do anything else on there. And then I'll do the bare metal foil up here and bring that chrome and then the muted chrome. And that's going to be perfect. So there we go on that. And now I'll let you go. So have a great day and a better tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.